Most people believe that starting a SaaS company, software as a service company, takes years to build up. But that's just a complete lie. You don't have to learn how to code, you don't have to hire expensive developers or raise a lot of money with investors. I proved that wrong. I scaled my SaaS company to over 20,000 plus in recurring revenue in just 4 weeks. How exactly? Well, I spent $5,000 on paid advertising to a singular webinar every single week. I spoke one to many, did a one to many presentation, and I sold an offer where it just made sense for businesses to launch their own advertising without having to pay expensive third-party companies. In this video, I'm not just showing you proof, but I'm showing you exactly how I did it. Most businesses hire agencies, and the agencies charge $2,000 to $5,000 plus per month just to run your ads, and it might even take weeks to launch it. And all they do is dump leads into a spreadsheet with actual zero follow-up. That model is broken. Businesses are willing to pay a premium and not lose control. My SaaS flipped it. In exactly 3 clicks, you can launch your own advertising for a local business. AI follows up instantly by text, email, and phone call. And instead of having to pay anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 per month, you're just paying $497 or even $1,000 per month for a software all-in-one solution to launch their own advertising. Now, here's why this mattered. I picked one niche where the value of just one client is worth at least $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, even $50,000, $6,000, $60,000 plus for just one client. So if they just close one singular client from my software platform, all of a sudden, they made a huge return on investment. So the math was super obvious. One client, all of a sudden, they paid for their software platform, my software platform that gave them the tools and everything they need. They paid for the software platform for years if they just closed one client. That is what made the offer irresistible. And when you're launching a SaaS, think of 3 things. Number 1 is cost savings, speed, and automation. And if your offer beats the old way in all 3, then you're already winning. You see, my offer is the exact reason why agencies don't have a singular chance against my 3-click SaaS. Week 1, I installed my SaaS snapshot. Gave me the exact automations that I needed, the CRM system, the pipeline, the funnels, ad templates, everything, and a singular AI follow-up system built inside of it. I branded this specific platform and priced it for 2 different tiers, one at $497 per month and another at $997 per month. I built my webinar page and I had the headline call it, Launch Your Advertising in 3 clicks without hiring an expensive third-party company for $3,000 plus per month. And by the end of week 1, I had an offer already made, a clonable system already proven, and a funnel that's already proven to drive subscribers every single week to my platform. The second insight is why speed matters. You notice how it didn't take months to build out my software business? I just launched it in a singular week. Speed is the one that builds momentum, and it creates feedback really fast. So week 2 is launch. I spent my first part of the $5,000 budget on Facebook ads. Targeting was super simple. It was a high-ticket niche. So just one client will equal thousands of dollars in return on investment. And over 100 plus people registered for my very first webinar, and at least 20 to 30 people attended the very first one. On the actual webinar, I explained my offer and the actual pain that these businesses go through when they pay an expensive third-party company, and how you can launch your own advertising in just 3 clicks. That very first webinar booked 4 demos. Webinars are actually perfect because it does 3 things at once: builds proof, builds trust, and shows exactly the pain points that they're going through. The second webinar, I had about the same number of registrations, but the attendance, the people that showed up on that Zoom webinar, about doubled. I closed 4 clients at $497 per month and 2 at $997 per month. That's almost $4,000 plus in monthly recurring revenue just in the end of the second week. The key was doing repetition. Same exact presentation, same exact time and spot, except I'm doing it consistently. Same strategy over and over, week after week. Too many founders chase shiny objects, but success is found in repetition and consistency, doing the same thing over and over, repeating the same exact proven message. Week 4 was all about how to scale this proven system that's already working. The 4th week was the exact same process. Ads to webinar registration, showed up to the actual webinar, to demo presentation where they talked to me, or they could have bought right there on the spot on the webinar. And all of a sudden I had recurring subscribers. All I had to do was onboard them. And my AI system reactivated no-shows. People that registered but didn't attend So my whole system was optimized to keep working, even if people weren't there live. Sending replays, sending SMS or email marketing, constantly getting in front of them, retargeting on marketing, and re-inviting them to the next webinar and the next webinar. So at this point, at the end of 4 weeks, I closed upwards of 7+ subscribers paying for my platform. That equaled up to 20,000 plus in monthly recurring revenue. So I'll be honest, it did include a little bit of annual subscriptions. One person paid annual, another person paid a split pay of 6 months to 6 months, but the rest were pretty much monthly $497 or $997 per month subscriptions. And unlike freelancing or agencies or anything else where it's just one time, this is SaaS, software as a service, which means that it compounds. So that same client that onboarded the first month will start paying you the second month, the third month, and it starts to compound, and you're building a base. And you just have to keep getting more and more subscribers and making sure you have a good software platform to deliver on. Here's proof. $5,000 spent on advertising and Facebook ads to drive webinar registrations in a span of a month. Here's my Stripe dashboard of 20,000 plus in monthly recurring revenue and monthly subscriptions of local businesses paying us to use our white labeled GoHighLevel SaaS platform. And this isn't any hype. It's the math of recurring revenue stacked with the right offer. So here are some of the big takeaways you can take away immediately. Lesson number one, pick a high value niche because just one client could pay for your SaaS platform for a whole year, if not more. Lesson number two is position your SaaS offer against the old models of what they used to do. And lesson number three, have a consistent, predictable client acquisition system. My system was doing one webinar, one-to-many presentation once per week. Yours could be something different. Maybe it's a demo, maybe it's one-on-one calls, maybe it is doing webinars or group presentations. And you can rename your webinar however way you want it, right? It could be a master class, it could be a presentation, mastermind, whatever you want to call it. But the whole point is that you gotta have a predictable and consistent way to constantly bring subscribers to your platform. Lesson number four is be willing to invest in your growth and get it going really fast. Like I didn't waste any time with sending a bunch of outreach messages, which I do teach how to do, or doing organic content. I do that as well, but I skipped all that. I just focused strictly on paid advertising so I could grow my SaaS platform as soon as possible. And lesson number five is stack recurring revenue. Every new client compounds against the other one and the other one. So that client that you got the very first month will keep building upon that initial base that you already have. So if my case study was inspiring to you, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below because in future videos, I'll have more in-depth videos breaking down every step of this funnel from the actual ads itself, the funnel, the automations, and the offer. I'll walk you through my webinar script, the demo I presented, the 3-click ad launcher offer that I presented to other local businesses. So don't miss it. Make sure you subscribe down below and catch my videos every single week. I'll see you on our next few videos.